Okay, so we're looking at 5.2. We are talking about still solving linear systems. So remember, a system is something that works together. So we're talking about two lines that work together. So for a solution, so if we have this line here and we have a line here, where do they meet? So this is the ordered pair. And so this would be your solution, right? So we're not graphing today, we're talking about it algebraically, okay? And we're going to be using substitution today. So there's different ways to solve. One is graphing, one is substitution, and then we're going to talk about tomorrow elimination. So let's just go right into an example. So my first example, I have a linear equation that is y equals 3 plus x. Then I have another linear equation that is 3x plus y equals -1. Okay, so we have our first equation and then we have our second equation, right? So these are two lines. If I was to graph them, let's stop and think. If they graph them, they would look similar to something like this, right? But not exactly, but we're finding that ordered pair there, okay? So your first step when we're looking at solving by substitution is you need to make sure that you have at least one equation that is an x equals or a y equals. So when you look at both of these equations here, I need an x equals something, so x is isolated by itself on one side, or a y equals. So when I look at this system as a whole, I notice that I have a y equals. So I already have y equals this. So that's a check, right? Okay. So then your second thing that you're going to do then is you're going to match that expression. So we're going to match that expression from step 1 with the matching variable in the other equation. Okay, in the other equation. So when I look at this, it says it is y equals x plus 3 or 3 plus x. So that means since they are systems that work together, that means this is also y. So I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to plug it in to the second equation here. Okay, so then that takes me to step 3. And I'm going to substitute in the expression. So the one that I got from step 1, the x equals, I'm going to substitute that expression into the other equation. Now what you need to remember here when you're doing this, I'm going to move this up just a little bit. When you're doing this is when I rewrite this equation, then we are going to have only one variable across the board. They're going to both either be x or they're both going to be y, okay? So this is going to be step 3. I'm going to put it over here. So again, I'm taking this 3 plus x and I'm going to plug it in here. So I have 3x plus 3 plus x equals -1. Notice this y is now replaced with this y, because remember this is a system that works together. So if y equals something in one equation, I need y to be equal to the other equation because we're saying they're both matching up at this ordered pair, right? So the y's both have to be the same thing, okay? So remember, key note here, notice here I have an x and an x. There's no y in step 3. So you have one variable and then you match like terms, right? And you're gonna solve. Okay, so when I look at this, I have parentheses, so we're gonna do inside parentheses. There's nothing I can combine because there are no like terms. This is a positive on the outside, so I don't have to distribute. So essentially this is just 3x plus 3 plus x equals -1. And we're gonna combine like terms, so I have 3x and 4x. And then I'm going to subtract the 3 inverse, right? Divide by 4. Anything divided by itself is Hopefully everyone said 1. So we got x equals negative 1. All right. So now I have part of my solution, because remember, part of my solution here is an ordered pair. So I have part of it. I have a negative 1. And now I'm missing the y. So our last step is we are going to plug that in. So I'm going to move this up. Last step, we are going to plug in the solution from step 3 into an original equation to solve for last variable. Okay, so I have my x, so now I'm going to substitute in x equals negative 1 into one of these original equations. And I would just recommend choosing whatever is the easiest one. So I have y equals 3 plus x, and I'm saying x equals negative 1. So I'm going to plug in x is negative 1 here. So we have y equals 3 plus negative 1, or 3 minus 1, means the same thing. So y equals 2. So my solution here is negative 1, 2. So remember, you have to write your solution as an ordered pair. Okay, let's look at one last one. So we have negative 2y minus 7 equals x, and then we have 2x minus y equals 9. So remember, two equations working together to draw where do they meet, right? Where do they intersect? That is my solution. So when I look at this, step 1 from the previous notes, you need to make sure at least one equation is an x equals or a y equals. So if it's not, I have to isolate it. But this one is, I have x equals negative 2y minus 7. So I'm going to match up x here. I'm going to take this negative 2y and I'm going to plug it in to this 2x here. So I have 2 times negative 2y minus 7. Notice the x is gone because I'm replacing it with that expression of negative 2y minus 7 minus y equals 9. And now I'm just going to solve for y. So remember, we matched the expression. That was step 2. Step 3, we are substituting in the expression into the other equation, and then we're going to solve for the variable. So I'm going to distribute here. So I have negative 4y minus 14 minus y equals 9. Combine like terms, so I have negative 5y minus 14 equals 9. Add 14 over, so I have negative 5y equals 15. Divide by negative 5. Remember, all inverse operations, so y equals negative 3. Okay, so I have my solution. It's an ordered pair. You have to write it like that. So I have negative 3. So now I need the x value. So last step, I'm going to plug y back into one of the original equations. It doesn't matter which one. Choose the easiest one. I'm going to look at negative 2y minus 7 equals x, and I'm saying y equals negative 3. So I'm going to plug in for y is negative 3 here. So I have negative 2 times negative 3 minus 7 equals x. So negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6 minus 7 equals x. So x equals negative 1. Sorry, that's kind of sloppy here. So x equals negative 1. So my solution is negative 1, negative 3.